What's up, you guys? We just want to give y'all a quick heads up here. This is AB.
And this is Nevaeh. This is our minding your own business.
Child, if you don't look in the other direction. Hey, get you down. What the was this? God. We just want you guys to know that we cherish and care for y'all. We appreciate y'all for watching. Make sure you share, like, comment, and subscribe to all of our videos.
Subscribe.
All right.
I can't stress that enough. And we are going to see you guys in part 2 later.
Happy Mindset Mondays, everybody. It's your brother from another mother.
And your sister from another mister, because you
know Papa was a Rolling Stone. Hey. So today we're going to be talking about M for
minding your own business.
Biz to the Miz.
Biz naive.
And minding your own business means you're keeping to yourself. You're not always going to involve yourself in somebody else's problems.
Yes. Let's be honest here. We all nosy.
Yeah.
I'm nosy. He nosy. Everybody else we know are nosy.
There's levels to it.
You know, it's very hard for us to mind our own business, especially when we feel like our name has been brought up in it, and sometimes we just need to learn how to let it go. Scurry along. Scurry along. Okay? Because the last thing you want to do is be caught up in somebody else's business that didn't have nothing to do with you in the first place, and you made it your own.
Like as for example, you know how like you have certain friends that are going through situations in their relationship, friendships, or even they constantly repeat the same thing to you, and it's just like at this point, I don't want to talk about it no more. This is my way of saying I'm gonna mind my own business. You just talking out your behind right now because the way you feel. It's time for me to step on and mind my own business. Hey, it's the truth though, cause there are some moments.
You know what? It's been some times where I just been doing me, minding my own business, and people just come up to you and just be like, "Hey, did you?" No. No.
Don't even tell me.
I don't want to hear it.
No.
Like.
Yo. Remember as a kid, you would go like this, be like la 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 la.
No, more so when you were a kid and people talking, you like what they talk about. But
no, but when your parents would tell you about to mind your business, you would have to.
Yeah, it's like when those sex things used to come on TV, and you're sitting there watching a movie with your parents, and they be like, close your eyes. Okay, like this. Okay.
I'm not minding my business, mama.
Did you see that? No.
What you talking about? In the back of your head, you
ooh, they kissing.
Oh, you know how like you have siblings and you just try to talk to someone that you like and they go like, ooh, are you got a kid? You get you with a girlfriend? You be like, mind your business.
I'm all up in mine. Don't you got something to do? Dang.
But yeah, those are those moments. Like there's so many of them. They're not all bad. They're not all terrible. But you have those moments where somebody, you trying to do something, you know, a little something, and then somebody's just walking on you, or vice versa. You could be just doing your own thing, and then somebody just goes in.
You know, also, you know, with just mind your businesses, like, you know, if people don't want to tell you something, then they just don't want to tell you. If they wanted you to know, they would tell you. Like, I cannot stress that enough. Like, how many times have you heard a conversation from somebody, or they talking to someone, or let's say you and I got a mutual friend, right? And let's say the mutual friend comes to me and tells me something, but they didn't talk to you about it. But you knew that they talked to me about something, but you want to know what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And I say to you, well, you know what? If they wanted you to know, they would have told you. Don't be so eager to know what it is that they are telling you, because not everything is meant for everybody.
Nope.
And sometimes it's good for you to be minding your own business, because then you can get mixed up in something that don't got nothing to do with you, but all because you wanted to put your nose in it. Yep. People gonna talk about you all your life, whether you dead, you alive, before you was born, when you was conceived. They talked about you. Okay, that's just life. That's what it is. Deal with it.
Live and deal with it, honestly.
You know, I think like another thing of wrapped up into the gossip.
Other people got going on.
We get wrapped up into the gossip, but I'm gonna save that little bit of gossip piece for another time. And yes, we are gonna talk about it, but not in this video. We're gonna talk about it in another video, so stay tuned on that one. But for this particular thing is more so, if you have someone who is a mutual friend, and let's say the people that are mutual friends with the person that you know, you hear them talking bad about said individual, do you go and tell this person that they have been talking about them like this, or do you keep it to yourself? And that's one of those things when it comes to like minding your business, where it gets very difficult, because it's like, you know this person and people have said something to you, or you heard people talking about this individual and you don't really know which way to go about it. Honestly, in those best situations, even if you do know, sometimes it's just better for you not to say anything. And they may probably be upset at you because you don't say nothing to them about it. And they might be like, oh, well, you being two-faced and you being this and you being that. No, not necessarily, because sometimes you have to hear it for yourself. And me putting myself in the middle of it is not going to make it any worse. Now, if they talking about like trying to hurt them or something, then that's different. You get involved. But if they just talking smack and dirt behind their back, you can deal with that. But also, if you got a mutual friend and they're talking crap about your friend to you, then why are they so comfortable talking smack about this person to you behind their back?
That's when I would say you can step in and have to put the fork down and saying like, hey, hold up. I don't like how you're talking about the person I care about. Either keep your mouth quiet in my presence about this person, or you go about your business and go somewhere else with that, because I don't want to hear it. And that's fine, because like the thing about it is, I've come to the realization that there's no point in putting my 2 cents into certain things, because no matter how many times I repeat myself or I make my point come across, a lot of people have selective hearing and don't want to hear it. And they're going to keep doing what they're doing. It's like, for an example, how many times have you had somebody that was in a situation where the person that they were with was mistreating them, abusing them in some form of way, whether it's mental, emotionally, physically, or even having those times where they are caught cheating, and it's like, well, I just told you that whoever you're with is doing this to you. Oh, I don't believe you. I think he or she didn't do that because of this. It's like, but I'm telling you that what I see. Why would I lie to you about that?
I'm gonna piggyback off of you, but I'm gonna let you finish.
But and I've been had moments where, you know, like they would come to me about questions about things that they wanted to know, and it's like, I'm not the person that should be telling you this. You should get it from the horse's mouth. If you really want to hear what they have to say, go ask them.
Sometimes you telling other people sometimes you telling people about certain things that you know about their friend or significant other can actually ruin the relationship that you have with someone, because either way it goes, whether you do tell them or you don't tell them, they're going to feel like either way you're against them. If you tell them, they're against you. If you don't tell them, then they feel like you're still against them. Because they feel like if you don't tell them, you're withholding information. And if they feel like if you are telling them, then that you're basically doubting whoever it is that this person is involved with, whether it be a relationship or friendship or family or whatever. People can be very weird about things like that just because of their level of trust that they have. So it's not nothing against you per se. It's the way how they view the individual that you are telling them about.
And the information and how it's collected. I can agree with you on that one.
And even with that, it's like also We all had that one friend that been with somebody. And they said, oh no, I ain't gonna be with him or her no more because of XYZ. And then you talk to them, you give them your advice. And they go right back like you ain't say nothing to them.
Oh,
and then they come back to you and be like, I can't believe it. You just wanna just keep to yourself, you know. Obviously, you know, there's nothing wrong with hanging out with people. There's nothing wrong with if you feel that there is some information that you have to get because you feel like it may pertain to you, but in a negative way, then you may want to look deeper into that. But if it's like nonsense, just keep to yourself because you ultimately don't got nothing to prove to nobody. You know what you did and what you didn't do. You know who you are, and it's just supposed to, you know, it's just no real reason for you to get caught up in somebody else's drama, especially if it has nothing to do with you. If you got a friend and they like, oh man, we finna go jump somebody. Nope, I ain't finna jump nobody. I left my record clean. Yeah. No, if you got some friends that are like, oh no, we finna go do this. Nope, I can't do it. No, and that's another thing. You just gotta tell some people no. Stop trying to be up in everybody's business. Learn to tell people no, and if you have already told people no, keep doing it.
You're gonna be doing great when you're in your. But what we're trying to make sure to tell y'all too is like, I know in a prior video when we were talking about like don't isolate yourself for so long, but in certain circumstances for a short period of time, this is what we mean by minding your own business. Take that opportunity to step out.
It relieves a lot of stress with you not being in everybody else's business.
It really does because it can. But you guys understand where we're coming from when it comes to these current situations. Learning to mind your own business is multiple different ways of you can handling it or walking away from the situation in general. Sometimes it's good to isolate yourself for a little bit just to give yourself a recollected thought. Sometimes it's good to walk away from situations. Don't always jump to conclusions. And sometimes if you see somebody that's going to put themselves through, hell at some point, if they ask you for advice and you tell them what they need to hear, but they choose to continue to do it, then at that point you need to mind your business and stop trying to worry about it. They're eventually going to learn themselves. Mm-hmm. So,
I got something to add to that. Sometimes we do have family and we may have friends who may be in, certain, I would say sometimes life-threatening situations, whether it be abusive relationships or even them just putting themselves in harm or even, drug addiction or whatever the case is. Yeah. That even takes a part into minding your own business because it's like, obviously there's only so much that you can say to a person.
Yes.
And the reality of it is that
people have selective hearing.
It's not selective hearing. They're not going to do nothing about it unless they see a problem with it.
That too.
And you have to just understand that. You can talk to them as much as you want, but as long as they don't see a problem with it, as long as they don't feel that they need change in any of those areas, whether it's abuse, drug addiction, or self-harm, or whatever the case may be, you just have to let them go and let them do whatever it is. And unfortunately, sometimes, they might perish because they did not get out of certain situations in time, but sometimes they live to be able to get out of those situations, and you have to learn how to just let them be and to mind your own business on those. And I know it hurts because you want to help, but you have to let them go through it on their own to figure it out.
Because don't stress yourself out, is what she's basically saying. Don't stress yourself out about it. Don't put chains on your ankles and hold that weight that you wish you could have, if only It doesn't matter because everybody has a choice in life on what they want to do. People choose to do stupid things all the time. People choose to be smart about some things. You can't control what other people can do. It's only what you can do to control yourself. Mm-hmm. How you react to things, how you would function, what are you able to do to take care of yourself. Once you realize what you need to do in your life and in your personal lifestyle, then from that point, just say, you know what, I'm good.
I mean, honestly, it's like when you come to a point to where you are solely focused on yourself and doing what you need to better yourself, to get yourself ahead, nothing else really matters outside of your own well-being, whether that be physical, mental, spiritually, or whatever, because you aren't allowing such negative things to get into your life. You're not letting the time and effort get to you. You're not going to
waste your time, basically.
You're not going to waste your time because you're so focused on what you need to do that you're like, well, I'm busy, I can't do this. I'm planning this, I don't have time for that. Or, you will start to organize and separate yourself from the things without you even really knowing that you're doing it. It's just going to be second nature to you. It could be something as simple as people like, oh, well, we finna go to the club tonight. You're like, nah, I can't because I got work in the morning. And then your friends might say something like, well, you always go to the club with us every Saturday. And you're like, well, not tomorrow, I got work, So it's more though one of those things where it's just like when you really, really get down to the nitty gritty of getting yourself together, you're not easy for you just to be able to keep to yourself and mind your own business because you're always busy, you're so focused on the things that you're doing that you don't have the time for shenanigans, and you're not going to make time for shenanigans because you know that
you're saying I need more positive people in my life because they're gonna make me want to thrive and move forward. You have all this negativity in your life that's gonna put you on pause forever. And if that's not the thing that you want for yourself, then you need to learn how to walk away and let it go.
Right.
But you guys, tell us what you think. Tell us how you feel. Have you ever experienced any of these situations that you can relate to? Are there any moments in your life where you realized that you were the person, whether it was on one side of the spectrum or the other? If you guys want to ask us any questions, hit us up on our DMs on our joint account of AB and Faye on our Instagram.
Definitely.
Really right here, right there, or right there.
Somewhere on that screen.
Somewhere over there.
Somewhere on that screen.
But
we out.
Peace in the Middle East. Take care of yourselves.
Minding your own
business. Close your mouth before
I feel wrong. As I was about to say, minding your own mother business.
Come here.
Stop. Believe it. All right. Believe it.
Naruto. Believe it.
You believe it.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna be someday. You'll see.
Hey, listen. But on that note, that's all we mean by this.
Say that over. You gonna say that over?
Why?
Cause my face.
What did you do?
I was doing this.
Oh, you lucky I can't stand you. That's why I'm sitting down.
I mean, your phone was vibrating anyway.
Hey, look, it had something bouncing.
What you need to say?
I was just gonna like cut it down now because we like 17 minutes in now. Yeah.
We more than that. This video could be like 30 minutes long because it's nothing but bloopers in the whole video.
That's a good one.
Literally.
Okay. All right, you ready? Cause we about almost 3 minutes in.
No, I'm not ready.
Yes.
I'm not ready. Okay.
What's with the crusted line in them lips, girl? You press it awfully hard.
Mm-hmm.
Look at them lines on your chin. I can take a dip in the pool. Is that a heart shape right there?
Right where? Right here?
Mm-hmm. She got it.
I will put. Ready? Okay. never gonna get anything done here.
Never again.
See, y'all thought I was gonna do something sexy,